We tried doing one earlier, but evidently you have to apply for live. And so the boys and I did a live, but really was a recording that I edited later.
But we are truly live. So if you have questions, please, or comments or whatever, we will be able to see them and chat back. So please start typing as you get on.
So welcome to Beauty in the Yard. Today we're going to do a yard tour, and we're going to do a few different things. One, our yard is not beautiful at all right now. And there are leaves.
It's still beautiful, but
it's a mess. There are leaves. It's been raining a lot, and not a bad deal, but we haven't had time to clean up yet. So we're going to show that, but we also have some exciting news.
So right now we're standing at the front of our yard. And if you've ever watched our first produced yard tour, we kind of started at the gate and brought you into the yard. So we thought we'd start here for this because what's our news?
Oh, well, we're going to tear our house down.
Yes. We are going to, and this has been, look, we've lived out here for 13 years, okay? And we've always struggled with, number one, like being able to afford to do anything to our house. But now at this point, now the struggle is, do we renovate or do we start from scratch? And our house has some kind of major complications to a renovation where we would spend a lot of money and still have to make tremendous compromises, namely ceiling height and positioning of where the house is. So after talking to designers and architects, we've decided that it probably makes the most sense to tear it down.
Right, and so the house was built in 1974, and it was built pretty inexpensively. So we have a lot of issues with, how secure it is, or how the HVAC system is.
You guys, I live in my jacket in the house. Okay, that's how pathetic our house is when it comes to like a HVAC seal up situation.
It's just not efficient. It's not energy efficient.
Freezing.
Well, she's cold no matter what, so I don't think that's a good judge of what's going on. We've got Grandpa in the background who can't seem to understand how to get out of the way.
Okay, so wait. So come back, so one of the ideas of this live, since the yard is kind of messy, and one of the reasons there's so many leaves everywhere, you're gonna give it to me? Okay. One of the reasons there's so many leaves everywhere is because we've just been in like a 12-day storm, and so it's been really hard to mow them up. This side, actually, we got one day where we were able to suck a bunch up, but then this is really what our majority of our yard looks like right now because everything's been so wet, it's too heavy to suck up. So I'm gonna bring you over to the gate, and we're gonna start by explaining to you what our ideas and goals are for how to reposition the house. And it all kind of starts with the gate. So let's see, should we flip it around and maybe I'll be explaining it and you follow me with it?
Sure.
Okay. So I won't be able to see myself, but I'll.
That's okay.
Okay, so behind Jason is our current gate. And it's right off the road. And that doesn't give anybody who's coming here any ability to kind of like get clear of the road to come through a gate. Number one, our gate doesn't work, so not a big deal. But eventually it will, so we're gonna need a waiting area before the gate opens. So, and I love to give a great setback. We have so much space, we don't need to be pinned against the road. So we're gonna bring all of our fencing in, and basically what we're gonna do is we have these really beautiful, massive oak trees right here. So we're gonna bring our gate in like this. It's gonna be at an angle, and so like I'm the gate now, and so we're gonna do huge planters and uplighting in front of the yard, and so it'll be a great setback from the street. And then I'm gonna be the road. I'm gonna guide you with me on our new road. So instead of coming through this whole area this way, our new road is gonna come up because we're gonna flip the house around. Right now, you enter into our house here at the front, but this
on the left-hand side.
Right, but this is some of our best property, and we've always felt like we should be enjoying this from the back of our house with big verandas and entertaining, but that's not the case because of how the house is positioned. So we're gonna flip the house around in the new build. We're gonna come up and we're gonna climb high onto the far side of our property, which is up here. And if you remember that other video where we showed you how we put in all that fencing, so we're gonna come up.
Okay, look at that one.
And we're gonna do some retaining walls and lighting, and we're gonna go between these, because this tree is gonna have to come out. we'll replace. We'll move it somewhere too close to the fence. And then we keep coming up. Our duck land is gonna have to be moved, even though there's no ducks anymore. We all got eaten or something. If you guys ever wonder what happened to our last duck, we just don't know. It just vanished. No white feathers. It's just gone.
He's on a vacation.
Okay, so this is our new road coming up. Oh, here's something.
Grab a large tank.
Pinky, you wanna go on a walk? Pinky wants to go on a walk.
Hey, which one of you boys broke our gate here?
I
who
honestly
broke
don't
this?
know. I just saw it open.
Yeah, I think Kay broke it from something on it somewhere.
Whoever broke it was kind enough to at least
No,
throw the
I
latch
no,
here.
no, I found it on the ground. So I threw it up there. Oh, thanks. I found it broken.
Okay, so all of this is gonna get cleared out and redone, and we might even excavate this hillside down to help with the transition of the new house. But basically everything in front of me is gonna become a big motor court because it's gonna be the front of our new house. So, hey Pinky, how are you? So, basically, coming in, and obviously we did our pool and our tennis court last year, and so those are permanent fixtures in our yard, and we're not going to change those. So now we're modifying kind of our home plan with the idea that that's going to be our backyard. This is going to be kind of our motor court area.
Front yard.
Front yard, but yeah. And so to make sure that you're not staring at the pool when you pull up, we're gonna do garages in front, and behind it's gonna be a pool house that will face the pool. And then our front door to the new house will be somehow set back this way, and we'll enter in, and then we'll have massive glass looking back at the creek and everything. So I'm super excited about that. It's gonna be so beautiful.
Great.
What do you think, Jason?
All right. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna flip around.
Jason, you're making people sick.
I make
Be
people
careful.
sick. Okay. Yeah. So this will be great. Our house. Hey, we love our house now. It's great, but it's time for a refresh. And I think we've decided after looking at numbers, the amount it would take to try to remodel or renovate versus a complete tear down will probably be in our best interest for so many reasons. One, we'll get the layout that we exactly want,
Which is
and,
a kitchen and a family room together.
and we'll get the efficiency that we want as well to be comfortable. And so, yeah, we've been planning for this for a long, long time, and we're excited to begin the real process of doing it.
It's my dream come true.
I thought
Here,
I was your dream come true.
I'm gonna do this.
I've got it,
because
I've got
I
it,
don't
I've
feel
got
like
it.
you know how to do. Give me this.
I'm her dream.
That's true. The boys are my dream, but you're here. I'm gonna do the stick just to make sure that it stays even. Okay. So, do we have any questions? I feel like we can't see the chat. Hold on. I want to pop it up. Let's see. No. Where's the chat? It's so difficult to see it. Okay, I don't know where it is right now. But basically where our driveway is right now, where we have the garages, this whole side of our house, this whole area will become my kitchen and family room out this way. So again, we'll be looking out all over this back end. And so it's just gonna be really beautiful. And we're going to then make a really nice pond down there. So we'll be staring out at beautiful water all year round by damming it up. Right, Jason?
Right.
You excited about that?
Can't wait.
Okay, so what else?
This is your dream, babe. You have to explain it.
Okay, so you can see that there's a fall in our yard, like elevation wise. And that's the reason, one of the issues with our house is I've always felt like it was set too high on the property. And I like homes that are nestled more into the property. So one thought is to kind of drop the house's elevation down to maybe where this front driveway is currently and get it just a little bit more nestled into the property. We also want to put in a basement. So we're going to dig this down. Ryan says, ooh, I can help with the pond. I love building ponds. I know, Ryan, you're so good at it.
Oh, good.
Okay. So, yeah, so that's one idea, is to get a basement in here, which is not traditional for California. But because we are pool builders, essentially that's the same wheelhouse for building a basement.
Exactly the same thing.
It's just poured in place concrete.
That's right.
So we're going to excavate, and one idea, you guys, and I think this will be kind of awesome. Wait, can I flip this? Okay. So as you come down here, I'm like much lower than the house now. So at this end, I'm going to flip it around again so you can get like perspective on the tennis court. Down here at this end, this would be where the basement can walk out, because we're pretty much down at a pretty low grade of the yard. And at this end of it where it walks out, I want to do all glass. So I'm looking out at the beautiful yard, and we'll put an exercise room down here. And this is also where my new filming studio will go. So it'll be probably tucked underneath my kitchen, and we will do super strut from the ceiling, and it will all be just totally organized. No more wires and cords and light boxes everywhere that I'm constantly tripping over. It will just be in the ground, nice and quiet. I can control the light, I can control the sound, and it'll be a dream come true, honestly. It'll just be amazing. So that is kind of the idea. Now, I've been using some free software online called Smart Draw, I think, and I've started trying to sketch it out, but we are hiring a designer. And if anybody on here has built their own house, you might have some insight to this. One of the things we're going to do on this channel is we're going to document the entire process. So, like, from the idea of first meeting with them to the reasons, how we're going to manage it ourselves. If you've ever had questions on cost of building a home, now obviously they vary from zip code to zip code and based on the materials you're using. We live in Northern California.
And wife to wife.
Wife to wife. That's absolutely true. Also family needs, right? And future growth needs, those kinds of things. But, you know, what do you do? Do you use an architect? Do you use a design build firm? Do you manage it yourself and just get the design? These are all questions that we've been contemplating, because the most expensive way to build a house would be to have an architect, and then you would hire a builder, and then they would source all the subs and they would build your house. That's like the most expensive way to do it and the most hands-free way to do it.
And maybe the safest way to do it.
Maybe. But we're not going to do that probably, because number one, we can't afford to do it that way. And number two, Jason's a construction guy, so he should be able to manage this.
I mean, you see my berry beds, right? I can build Kim's motor court.
Yeah. So we're thinking probably the most cost-effective way for us to do this will be to get the best design possible. And we're not going to use an architect. Most likely we're going to use a design firm that's a design build firm, because when you use a designer whose background is building also, they are thinking about cost. So they're going to design it in a way that's not crazy expensive, because they're thinking about the end result of having to build it. An architect doesn't necessarily think like that. An architect might, I mean, I'm not saying all architects are like this, but some architects are just going to design the most amazing thing, but the cost to build that might not make sense when you finally get there. So we think the best way to do this is using a design build firm for the design, and then managing the project ourselves. Because if you have the design firm manage it for you, they will add a 12 to 15% cost on top of it, but they'll also typically use the most expensive subs they source just to make it easier on themselves, and that just increases the cost exponentially. So we're excited about this, also extremely nervous. Anything else about that?
You know what's more exciting?
What's more
Is
exciting?
this.
Oh.
So Stuart got golf clubs for Christmas. Hey, send it.
There's our little Tiger Woods here. Wow.
Oh,
Hit the tree.
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Stuart is obsessed. He is out here, I mean, all day, every day, hitting balls now that school's out for
The
Christmas.
best gift, Jason, the best gift you ever thought of.
What about your bag?
Oh, yeah, but
come
I meant
on.
for the boys. 100% my bag was.
So anyway, Stuart's out here doing that all the time. He's our next Tiger Woods.
Oh, I think you should show the other amazing Christmas gift the boys are enjoying.
Oh. He got a little Polaris 170 Razor.
Polaris.
150.
What did I say?
70. It's
No.
150.
Polaris.
Polaris. Okay.
She's a beauty.
Anyway, this is great. It's kind of a youth size for kids.
Yeah.
Well, Turner, that doesn't work.
I don't know what Turner thinks he's doing.
Yeah.
It's just for sitting
Yeah.
down.
So they're doing it for show right now, but we make them wear helmets.
Yeah, they were.
And we don't stand on the railing
No, we don't.
when they do it. So anyway, that's the boys. But
Let's go see
Anyway.
what's going on with your berry bed.
okay.
Anything new over there?
Anyway, so our timeline for the pool build, we're working with an architect right now.
For the house
and-
build.
Oh, the house build. I'm sorry.
He's still in the genre of when we were building the pool.
I'm still recovering from building the pool. So, yeah, we're in the middle of designing right now. We're going over different concepts that we like. I like the coastal genre of house looks and plans.
Which you don't really see here.
No, it'll be unique, so it'll be even better.
Because it's more of like a Floridian kind of design, but here there's a lot of like Spanish, Mediterranean.
We're gonna do a good mix of all that with our coastal. That's my idea.
Yeah. No, we're
We'll figure it out.
we're excited. We're not locked into anything yet because we are just starting. This is like so new.
So we're just working on ideas right now. We have a guide who will design, help us with our concepts and try to put together, something that we really love. And so that's really our first step. So this is gonna take some time because we want to put our real time into getting our dreams on paper, and then we'll figure out how to,
and the
make it work.
functionality. I really want a house that is easy to live in, and when the boys leave us, it's easy for us to still care for when it's just like the two of us. And we want a house that expands for when they bring their families back and we can have Christmas all together, and
I hope they'll come back.
I hope so too.
We'll scare them off, working them to death.
Well, as long as I get to choose their wives, they'll come back.
That's right. Okay, well, that's enough of that. That might be boring for a lot of you, but exciting for us.
I think it's really going to help put our channel on the map too, because I think it's going to be so exciting to show every nitty-gritty aspect of what this is going to take, from the design process to probably even like how to get all the permits done and the digging of the basement and just everything. Window picking, door picking.
I'll be maintaining the yard the whole time too.
Oh, and a massive benefit we have is that my dad has a huge house down the street. So we will be able to live there while this is all going on. So that is obviously a huge benefit and blessing for us, because nowadays finding a rental is really hard. Okay, we've just come into the garden. We haven't been able to do our furrow beds yet because the rain, you can see it's just still so muddy and wet. So we've just been hoping it would dry out. But there's another storm coming tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah.
So it starts raining again. Well, these look beautiful.
Well, we still have, so we've done our 2 steps. We have one more step, and that's to paint them with a paint stain. And then we'll put the stainless
cording.
steel cables in. But it's been too wet, so we can't do it till it's truly dry. I mean, it looks pretty dry right now, but I know the water's been soaking in for 2 weeks, and it still feels a little damp. So as soon as it's dry enough on a Saturday, we'll spray it, paint it, then we'll do these stainless steel cables. And that'll complete this project. And the best part is we'll put those bronze caps on.
Oh, it's gonna be
And
so
that will
pretty.
really
That's its
clean up
jewelry.
its
Well,
jewelry.
the cabling is like its necklace, and then these are like its little rings or something.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Stop it.
Hat. We're gonna put his hat on.
Yeah, put its little hat on. Its beret.
Anyway, that'll finish this project, except for the real thing, right? Then we need to put dirt in there and some plants.
And I got the
When are they
plants.
coming?
No, I have them.
They're here?
Yeah, I bought them at Home Depot because they had them, and I was like, oh, I better take these now. So I was able to get the Red Heritage raspberries, the Golden Harvest raspberries, and the Jubilee blueberries. So those are all like high yielders, and the 2 raspberry versions will give us 2 months of raspberries. They'll do a double fruiting. I don't know what to call it, double fruiting. And then the blueberry Jubilee are supposed to be massive producers as well. And actually, the other thing we need to do that we can do indoors is we need to start all of our seeds. We got these massive grow lights, and we really need to start those because we'll be able to have seedlings go into the ground by March 1st here because of our weather. Like, we have a really long growing season. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Anything else? Oh, we need to select all of the fruit trees. We haven't done that yet. So where you see all of the little flags over here in the orchard area, we need to secure getting all of those fruit trees, which I've just been dragging my feet on because I haven't wanted to make any decisions on what fruit we do. And then we signed up for our bee club, so we're all signed up for that, right?
Wow. And we're going to build a new house.
I
Seems
know.
like a lot.
I know, it's a little overwhelming
We'll
actually.
have all this done by April, don't worry.
That's amazing, Jason, thank you.
Yeah, I think the garden will be great because we can maintain all of this during the house project.
Yeah,
The house
and
project's over there. We'll continue building the garden out the whole time, and
yeah,
it'll be fun.
even if it's just infrastructure, you know, and not as many plants as we would have liked.
Well, I'm not swinging a hammer, I don't think. We're just going to manage all the subs, so I don't think we'll have time to really grow this. I think this year we want to really get everything built out and planted so we can really start producing some great yield into this year and next year.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
I think a cellar will be part of the house build, so we have places to store our yields.
It'll be beside the viewing room,
Stop it.
which is beside the theater room.
Stop it. No, we will not have a theater room.
Indoor basketball.
No, let me explain to you. After living in a house that had a theater, we will not be doing that because they never get used. And you know what ends up happening down there? Lots and lots of soda cans get left and everybody forgets about it. Nobody cleans it up. So we won't be doing a theater room, but we'll have great family rooms where we can entertain and it's large and we can watch TV and stuff all together.
Yep. All right.
All right. Well, you guys, I think that's it. We just wanted to get on here this Sunday and kind of walk around and tell you our exciting news because this is something I've wanted to do my whole life is build a house. So I feel very, very excited about it. And I'm glad that Jason's on board and equally excited.
Equally.
I don't know. Oh, also, we'll be going live on Amazon today at 4 p.m. So if you've ever wondered what that's about, come join us. We do facials together on Sundays at 4 p.m. Pacific. And all you have to do is come to like Amazon and search for Natural Chaos and you'll find my lives. We'll also, you put the link here in the description,
No, but
right?
I will in a few minutes.
Okay, he'll add the link. Oh, Tammy Olson, thank you. She says very exciting for you guys. Are there any questions about it? Sorry, we haven't caught all the comments. It's been a little bit challenging with this as we're moving around, but let me know if there's any questions or comments we can.
Comment and we'll reply.
Let me see. Let's see. Oh, right. There's Ryan. Okay, wait. He said a hybrid situation. Get an architect designer that will allow you to take the lead. Yeah. And then Ryan says, my father is an engineer, so it made it easier, but the added assistance was much needed for the piece and parts he didn't know about. Yeah. So our design will definitely go to an engineer and a draftsman to finalize all the construction. Okay. Laquana says, how exciting. Can't wait to see this finished. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited too. And then Ryan said the grass looks so green from all the rain. Yes.
Maybe under all the leaves. We'll get it up.
Yes, definitely.
That's your job. Why isn't all the leaves up yet?
It's not my fault.
Anyways, you guys, you're so lovely. Thank you for joining us and being so excited with us and being so supportive. We really appreciate it. And for those of you who are joining us on the live, we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.